Welcome into episode number 22 of Breaker Banter. Hope everybody had a great holiday week as we jump back into things. Awesome to have a chance to check in and sit down with Coach Pens and have an exclusive interview. If you haven't checked that out, you can go back on our YouTube and watch that episode. But back to our regularly scheduled programming. Brendan Spinale will be joining the panel today. Very excited to see what the rookie defenseman has to say about his time in college and working up to his pro career now in Biloxi. But for the Breakers, last weekend, they lost a pair to the Baton Rouge Zydeco at home, a 3-1 loss and a 3-0 loss against the Zydeco. Xavier Charbonneau with the lone goal as the Breakers fall into 7th place, but only up from here, still 6 more games with the Zydeco this season. Coming up, the first of 6 straight home games this weekend. Well, New Year's Eve, this episode will be airing on Thursday, so Happy New Year to everybody tuning in. But New Year's Eve, the Breakers will have been in Monroe, and then it will be the first of 6 straight home games at the Coast Coliseum. So the next 3 weekends will all be Breakers hockey. Looking forward to it. It's going to be the Topeka Scarecrows for 4 in a row on January 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th. And then it's going to go into 2 with the Monroe Moccasins. That will conclude the season series with them. So after those 2 home games, completing the 6-game set, then the Moccasins will be no longer playing the Breakers the rest of the way. But looking forward to this great set of games. We're going to bring on Spinner for our interview coming up in just a moment right here on Breaker Banter.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Welcome back into Breaker Banter. My name is Devin Dobek, live from the Hard Rock Cafe here in Biloxi. I'm joined by Brendan Spinale, the rookie defenseman for the Breakers. Brendan, welcome to the show. Happy to have you with us.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Dev.
Well, Brendan, a Massachusetts native in your own right. We're both from the same neck of the woods.
That's
up
right.
in Massachusetts, so pretty cool to be down south here together. But take us through your hockey journey growing up in Canton.
My hockey journey growing up in Canton. So I played Canton youth most of my life, and that was a blast. I still talk to a lot of those kids today that I played with growing up. And I played a little bit at the Boston Advantage, too, when they were in Hingham. Now they have their own stuff going on, but I was lucky enough to play there when they were in Hingham, and that was a blast, too. So, yeah.
Did you have a favorite team growing up? I'm sure it must be the Bruins, maybe a favorite player as well that goes with that?
Got a lot of favorite players. My favorite player growing up was probably Torrey Krug, because growing up I was so small growing up, and he was a smaller guy, and I really looked up to him. I thought he was the man, and yeah, he was definitely my favorite player growing up for sure.
There's a stereotype associated with Massachusetts, and that's there's street hockey publicly on every corner down towards the Boston area. Can you confirm or deny the rumor, and did you ever have the chance to participate up there?
It's all true.
It's all true.
All of it's true. All of it's true. We had a rink in my hometown, a roller rink called the Kevin T. Much roller rink, and all my buddies, we would play there after school. It was literally at our middle school, so we would go there. We'd bring our rollerblades to school and play there after school, and we'd just be there for hours, just hours, until it was dark out, and then we'd go home. It was a blast.
You have a younger brother and sister as well. What was it like growing up in your athletic journey with them? Were there competitive relationships between you and the two of them, or was it always pretty friendly?
It was always friendly, but there was definitely a little competitiveness with my brother growing up, just because we were, he's only like a year and a half younger than me, so we were on some of the same teams growing up. So there was definitely a little competitiveness there, and he definitely helped me get to where I am today with that. And my sister too. My sister plays lacrosse at St. Anselm College. So yeah, they've both done really well for themselves, and I'm lucky to have them.
Athletics definitely run in your family. Your father is a decorated hockey coach at Xavier High School.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies if I pronounced that wrong.
Sverian, you're good.
What things has he taught you along the way, being a coach himself?
Right, he's taught me everything I know. Honestly, like I wouldn't be here without him. I've had a lot of great coaches growing up. I've been very fortunate, but without him, I don't know where I'd be. He's taught me so much. He's taught me how to deal with adversity, just being a man, and yeah, everything about hockey and life. I don't know where I'd be without him. He just got to 300 wins a few weeks ago, so I mean he's done pretty well for himself, and I'm happy for him.
Congratulations to Mr. Spinale there, but let's not leave Mom out. I know that you had a great surprise last week for your parents. You went home for just a couple days to celebrate Christmas with your family, and I know that it was a surprise to your mom and some of your other relatives, so what did it mean to spend the holiday with them, and what was her reaction to see you home and not in Mississippi?
It was great. She was definitely surprised for sure. I flew in pretty late, so she was in bed, but we woke her up, and she was definitely surprised, to say the least. I think she's the only person in my immediate family that I didn't tell, just because I wanted to mess with her, and I surprised my grandma too. And I saw a bunch of my cousins on Christmas Eve. I didn't tell them either, just because I like messing with people. I just thought it'd be funny. Yeah, that was definitely a nice surprise. I was lucky enough to get to go home. Penner was nice enough to let me fly home and come back on Christmas Day, so I was definitely lucky to go home. I'm sure it was nice to see your family too.
Yeah, it was good to go home. Got to go home, see my family for a couple days, get back on the slopes for the first time in a couple years, which is what I spent most of my childhood doing, so I really enjoyed it. But sticking with you here, Mr. Spinner, growing up, were you all in on hockey, or were there some other interests? I know you're a big lacrosse guy as well, so talk to us about kind of some of the other things outside of hockey that you did growing up.
Yeah, I played hockey, lacrosse, and baseball growing up, and when I got to high school, I had to pick between baseball and lacrosse, and it was pretty much a coin flip, and I picked lacrosse, and I was lucky enough to play lacrosse in college too, and hockey and lacrosse were big for me growing up. Met a lot of great people playing those sports, and college lacrosse is probably one of my favorite sports to watch in general, other than hockey. I think lacrosse is such an underrated sport. It's a growing sport, and it's getting more popular every year. There's box, there's outdoors. It's just so much stuff going on with it. So I'm excited to see where it goes. And yeah, I'd say lacrosse, other than hockey, lacrosse was definitely a big part of my life.
You attended Blue Hills Regional Tech for 4 years, ultimately being cut out of your senior season due to the coronavirus. But how was your experience in high school attending at Blue Hills? Was it here that you realized you wanted to further playing hockey, or was it something you knew before then, or did it come together in college?
I'd say it started off, I just wanted to go to a high school that if I wasn't going to play sports, where would I want to be at school? Like, where would I be happiest at school? And Blue Hills was definitely that. I was able to study criminal justice there. I got to do an internship with the local police department my senior year of high school. That was really cool. And yeah, I learned a lot going to school there through criminal justice and other aspects as well. These tech schools are gems, hidden gems. I was very lucky to go there.
So after your time at Blue Hills, you decide to go to Vermont Academy for a post-grad year and spend a season there. What did you pull out of this extra step? How did it propel your career to take this extra year and go back to school?
Yeah, it was a blast. Vermont Academy was so much fun. It definitely taught me how to live on my own. It was my first time living on my own. It was during COVID, so I remember we were just locked on campus. And luckily it was in person too. I know a lot of prep schools that year were online, and that definitely would have been, not the experience I wanted. But I was able to be in-person classes, and it taught me how to live on my own. I played hockey and lacrosse there too. I still talk to some of the kids I went there with today. That was one of the best years of my life, going to Vermont Academy.
So we're flashing forward now to 2022, which is when you decided to attend Franklin Pierce University. What went into the decision to attend Franklin Pierce? Are you happy that that's the school you chose?
Absolutely. I had so much fun there. I know a couple of my friends went there, and that's how it kind of got on my radar. And I was always interested in it because I knew they had a good criminal justice program, and I had a couple of friends that went there. They only had good things to say about it. And I went up and visited the campus, and I fell in love immediately. And those are definitely the best years of my life. I know I said Vermont was, but I met so many great people there. And
you're a pretty good vibes guy too, though, Brendan. You definitely have a lot of favorites, I would say.
I do. I love everyone. I love everything. I love all the schools I went to. I can't complain. I mean, I had such a great time. Franklin Pierce. I'm so fortunate to have the experience I had in high school, college. And yeah, Franklin Pierce was a blast.
All right, you loved it so much. Who was Franklin Pierce?
Franklin Pierce was the president of the United States. I don't know what president, but I know he was the president of the United States.
All right, so let's get to the hockey there on that side of Franklin Pierce. In 49 games played, you have 4 goals, 6 assists, 34 penalty minutes. How did your time playing at the NCAA Division III level affect your thoughts and just kind of the fact that it made you want to turn pro?
Yeah, it definitely was a wake-up call from the other hockey I've been playing my entire life. You know, everyone was faster, stronger. I didn't play juniors, so I was a little younger going in, so I knew it was going to be an uphill battle a little bit. But I'm so lucky I got to play college because there's a lot of kids that are playing juniors or playing after high school that can't find a college team, and it's really hard. And I'm lucky. I was lucky enough to play in college. I was lucky enough to play under great coaches, and I just had such a great experience. And it helped me get to where I am today.
Lacrosse there as well?
Lacrosse there as well.
Wow.
Shout
I
out
think
the-
you
shout
might
out the
be
boys.
our first multi-sport athlete in franchise history, or college athlete at least. But now let's shift gears from your time at Franklin Pierce. August rolls around, you end up signing with the Port Huron Prowlers. It somehow falls out, and you
Right.
wind up signing with the Indiana Sentinels. What was your experience like playing in your first 4 professional games with the Indiana Sentinels?
It was great. It was great to get a chance from Coach Everett Thompson. He gave me a chance to prove myself, and it was nice to get an opportunity. And I remember my first game was against Binghamton, and there was just so many people there, and I got off for warm-ups. It was like, wow, there's a lot of people here. This is crazy.
That was your first
And
game?
That was my first game, yeah.
So wow, when you're skating out in Visions Veterans Memorial Arena, or it was I assume in Binghamton.
It was in Binghamton, yeah.
What was running through your head in front of that crowd of 4,500 or so?
It was just wow. It was just no words really. Just like wow, like this is awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to play. Like I'm so happy I'm getting this opportunity in Indiana. There was such a great group of guys over there. I'm happy I got to play with them, and yeah, it was only good things to say about that organization.
Was the style of play and physicality when you turned pro into the FPHL something you expected, or is it something you got your welcome to the Fed hit and then grew accustomed to? Just what did you make of the physical side of things from college now at the professional level?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think I expected some things. Other things were a little, like wake-up calls. But definitely the physicality. Everyone's a little bigger, stronger, faster than college. A little older too. It's definitely a step up, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm very lucky to do what I love.
So after your time in Indiana comes to an end, you sign with the Biloxi Breakers. You drive down here, play a few games. You're up to 9 games played as a Breaker now, but your first professional point comes on your 24th birthday, December 5th. Take us through your emotions. I mean, it's a big day. You're celebrating another year, and you pick up your first professional point. Take us through that night.
It felt good. It was in a packed-out crowd in Topeka, and yeah, I just saw Aldi go into the net. He had his stick in a great position. I was trying my best to put him in a position to make a play, and he made a great tip. It was an unbelievable play by him, and I was lucky to get an assist on that.
You also have a pair of fights for the Breakers. What impact does your physicality have on your teammates?
Hopefully a big one. I know their physicality rubs off on me. I just try to match them and stay persistent with the physicality as they do. I just they play so hard, and I just want to try and be like them. Their physicality definitely rubs off on me, that's for sure.
It's pretty awesome to watch you whip off the glasses because you do something that's a little bit unorthodox, and that's play with your glasses on, no contacts. So take us through that. When you're going to fight a guy and then they say, okay, we got glasses here, but then you whip them off and you given both of your fights here in Biloxi, the most recent one against Matthews, I mean, you crushed the guy. But just take us through what it's like. Is there anything like that the glasses gives you an advantage? It's almost like...
It's definitely unorthodox, that's for sure. I mean, I've been playing with them almost my whole life, and just contacts, I probably should get contacts, but it's never really came in the picture. I've always worn them. I've always had a sturdy pair that, knock on wood, like they don't really break.
And you love whipping them off before the fights.
I have to whip them off because there's a good chance of them breaking if I get a smack with those things on. But yeah, definitely unorthodox, that's for sure.
So you mentioned trying to match your teammates' physicality, but when you ultimately have to drop the gloves, just especially as a rookie, you've got 2 pro fights, but what is the thing that eventually makes you push over to want to drop the gloves? Like the turning point when you realize this is what I need to do for my team right now?
Sure, I think it just depends on the moment. Like there's a good time to go and there's a bad time. There's times where you probably shouldn't go, and both times seem good to me. I don't really initiate it just because I don't like sitting in the box for 5 minutes. I mean, I don't like sitting in the box for 5 minutes, but both times seemed like the right time to go, and I had the right dance partner for both times. They're both tough guys, and yeah, to me that's just kind of how I look at it.
They were great fights. I mean, you fought
Thanks.
Thomas Murphy of the Zydeco, and I think your Breakers debut, if
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was.
mistaken.
Yeah.
You fought one of the toughest guys in the FPHL
He was tough.
the night after a line brawl. So it was
Yeah.
like, somebody needed to step up, and you did. Take us through your debut for the Breakers. Do you feel like that fight earned some immediate respect amongst your teammates?
I hope so. Maybe. I remember. I think it was like my second shift, and it was like, oh, this guy already wants to fight me. But he was a tough dude, and it was definitely good to get that experience. With him, and I think it helped me get a little tougher. And yeah, it was definitely something, that's for sure. I remember going back to the penalty box, and my knuckles just all bloody, and I'm like, wow, this is definitely a little new for me. I'm not really, my hands aren't really bleeding in hockey that much. I've had a cage on my whole life, so it's definitely something new. But I'm glad I had that experience.
So we're wrapping up here. A couple more questions for you, Spinner. But how has your time in Biloxi been? How do you like your teammates and coaches?
It's been awesome. Everyone has been so welcoming since I got here. My teammates are awesome. My coaches are awesome. Penner and Brett have given me a chance the second I got here, and I'm thankful for them giving me an opportunity. And I love my teammates so much. We have great leadership, and living with the guys is just a bonus. I get to live with them too, not only play with them. So
And you're one of them. I think that you're
Yeah.
kind of discrediting yourself there as you're part of their family. So that's got to feel pretty good.
I'm happy to be part of their family.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm happy you live with us too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Lucky to have Dev with us too.
Yeah, there are my days when things are going. No, I'm kidding. It is a blast. But what's it going to take for the Breakers to make a push? They're in 7th place right now, the first time they've been here all season long after that weekend against the Zydeco. Does your team have it in them to climb out of the basement in this Continental Division?
Absolutely we do. And the South is a tough league. And we know that, and we know that every team's going to come ready to play. And we've been working hard in practice. I think our preparation has been going well. Everyone works hard, and I think we definitely have it in us, and we just got to keep working, stick to the grind.
All right, I always like to leave it with a message to the fans. This is actually, I think, the most people we've had at an episode of Breaker Banter, so you should feel pretty honored. It's nice to look around and see faces just about everywhere, but your message to the fans before I let you go.
We love you guys. Thank you for the support. And go Breakers.
And go Breakers. You heard it from Spinner. I'll be back in a moment to wrap up another episode of Breaker Banter.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
Huge thank you to Brendan Spinale for joining me on the panel for a great interview here on episode 22 of Breaker Banter. Breakers, it's been a tough go. They've lost 6 in a row, but coming up, 6 straight home games, a chance in front of the home crowd. We just had 2 of our largest crowds in that Zydeco weekend. We appreciate you guys so much. All your support that is unwavering. We really can't thank you enough. So keep showing up and the wins will come. But as I mentioned, coming up on New Year's Eve, which will have been yesterday by the time this airs on New Year's Day Thursday. It'll be Breakers Moccasins for the final time out in Monroe. And then 6 straight home games coming up this weekend, January 2nd and 3rd, 7 o'clock against the Topeka Scarecrows. The next weekend will be against Topeka at home as well. And then the following weekend will be the final 2 matchups, both at the Coliseum against the Monroe Moccasins. So get your tickets. You can go on Ticketmaster, but avoid all those fees. Go to the Mississippi Coast Coliseum box office where you can get your tickets without the fees. Arrive early if you're doing it on game day so you can skip the line and make sure that you get to your seat inside the Coliseum. But that just about wraps us up. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you had another great holiday week, and I'll see you on the call in 2026.